This album review is going to be Carnifex's 8th studio album, Graveside Confessions, which is 15 tracks long and runs for roughly an hour and 3 minutes. The title track, Graveside Confessions, has great instrumentals, and Scott Ian Lewis's vocals have his signature smooth switches between his traditional blackened high, mid and low sounds. And the music drops out quite often to accentuate some of his lines. One that particularly stood out for me was, "These are my graveside confessions. Nail me in the casket, it's just me and my depression," which is a very powerful line, and it was delivered as such. The album is off to a pretty strong start. After this, we move on to track 2, which is entitled Pray for Peace, and has a blistering start and stays that way throughout. And the lyrics basically tell us, for want of better words, that we're fucked and there is nothing but death awaiting us. Some lines that stood out are like, "In my heart of hearts, I'm a cold-blooded nihilist. I don't believe in God or good things, only death exists." And on a side note, the vocals were really good on this song, and the visuals that they used for the music video, they jumped out to me as well, and I really do recommend checking out the music video for that song. Track 3, which is one of the standout tracks to me, there's like 3 that I really enjoyed. This one is called Seven Souls. This song had me from the start, like I was gripped throughout, and some lyrics that really do jump out at me in this one when Scott delivers them, like, "I'm a soul that can't be at peace, maybe you're just like me. My greatest enemy is when I sit and think." And sadly, I feel like a lot of people will relate to this line, like especially during the times that we're going through lately. And another one that stood out to me was, "One of these souls has a shelf life. That fucker wanted me dead by 25, and every day since I've been restless. I know it's just a matter of time." I don't know why, but that one particularly stood out quite prominently. After this, we move on to track 4, which is called Cursed, and it's another deep set of lyrics, and I specifically like the line, "I have the keys to all the locked rooms. Put me inside so you don't have to. All these secrets so far down, I can't get in. I can get in, but I can't get out." I don't know what it is about this line that particularly stood out to me, but the delivery of it was really good, and when I was reading through the lyrics for the review, that just really was like, damn, okay. There's also some interesting distortion used on this sound, like in this song in particular. And about halfway through, there's like a line. I think, well, the distortion was halfway through. The song ends on this line, which I really like. "Lie to me, stab me in the back, end it all for me. Get your last laugh," which to me is just quite an interesting line. After this, we move on to track 5, Carry Us Away. As the other songs, it has a lot of dark imagery used in the lyrics, but it swerves near the end with a change of like the chorus. And it says, "I'm only here because I made it through. I'm not," I'm not killing myself. I'm killing the voice that turned my head into hell." Which is an interesting way to change up the verse, and almost says, like, you know, I'm not going to give in. I am going to fight these demons that I've been struggling with. Like, you ain't fucking taking me down. Which is not everyone does. Like, if they've got a chorus, they normally stick to it. They don't like change it up. So I appreciate that. After this, we move on to track 6, Talk to the Dead, which starts with some great guitar work and of course Scott's signature deep vocals. There is also some twinkling piano sounds behind the vocals in this song, which really stood out because it's quite different. And I love the closer line of the track, which is, "Let death reach out and touch you, let it take its pound of flesh from you," which it just really worked. Moving on, we have track 7, which I didn't actually realise until I was listening to it was a instrumental palette cleanse track. Like, it just was like a break in the dark, heavy stuff, which it was just like a soft ambient start with rain sounds, and then it picks up like with a slightly quicker pace, but it's still softer compared to the rest of the album. And then towards the end, it transforms. Again, it's slightly heavier, but it's still softer than the rest of the album, and it just served its purpose as a good palette cleanser track halfway through the album, and it definitely needed it. On to track 8, we have Cemetery Wonder, which has a blistering pace from the go, like most of the other songs on this album, and Scott's vocals are still delivered on point. And he just delivers a great performance on this track. Like, I don't have a lot to say. There wasn't any lines that really stood out to me, but it was just a well done track. Track 9, which is Countess of Perpetual Torment. It's certainly an interesting name, I'll give them that. Had a cool beat and feel to the track behind the vocals, and, you know, the song has a very balanced feel to, or blackened feel to it, not balanced, but I mean, there was a balance to it as well, but yeah. And at one point, it slows down to this almost chugging riff, and then it picks back up again, and there's a particular point about 3 minutes 58 into the song which stood out to me, and the music kind of funnels out with the vocals of Scott, and like, it's almost as if it was like going down a drain, because like as Scott's vocals are like like not softening but like stopping, and you can hear it like resonating within his throat, the music's doing the same, and it just, I don't think I've ever seen anyone do it like that, and I liked it. Into the last 5 tracks now. Number 10 is Dead Bodies Everywhere, which is a Korn cover. And there's not a lot to say about it, honestly. It stays true to the original lyrics, but it's with a heavier, more Carnifex-y feel and twist to it, and it's what you would expect going in. Like, it is Carnifex covering Korn. There's not much more to say about it. It's really good. If you like Carnifex, if you like Korn, check it out. Track 11, Cold Dead Summer, has some great deliveries, as always, and the line, "Suicide pact with all my demons, I'm gonna free them." Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna finally free them. You'll see them. Really stood out and was delivered fantastically. Like, I remember hearing that line being delivered, and I was like, did I hear that right? Like, I really like that, so I had to go and Google the lyrics, and I was like, shit, yeah. Moving on, we have track 12, Alive for the Last Time, which is honestly just a short and sweet track with some nice pianos to fade it out. And I feel like that would have been a good way to close out the album if we had stopped there. But moving on to the last 3 songs, we have their reimaginings of some classics, such as Collaborating Like Killers, which is a nice blast from the past, and originally when I saw it I was like, dude, why are we getting reimaginings of these? This unnecessary. Like, the classics are stellar, like, you cannot improve them, and fuck me was I wrong. You can improve them. Scott's years of vocal performance, like, just does so much slicker sounds, and it really did wonders for giving it a more current Carnifex feel. Track 14 is a reimagining of the song My Heart in Atrophy, and again, it's another classic, and with Scott's many years of vocals behind him, he managed to do this song justice, because when some bands go back and revisit old songs, they fuck them up. Like, I remember hearing some bands where the original is better than the reimagining, like, but that's a topic for another day. The last song on the album is one of my favourite Carnifex tracks, honestly, Slit Wrist Saviour, and simply put, it's just perfect. Like, it, frankly, I may be biased, but it's my favourite track on the album, along with Seven Souls, Cursed, and I think there was a different one, but yeah, it's phenomenal. Overall, I give the album a 9 out of 10. I feel like it could have been a 10 out of 10 for me, if only the album was a little bit shorter. I did struggle to get through the full 15 tracks, which is why this review took so long to actually get through. I do apologise for it taking so long, and hopefully the next review, when I decide who I'm going to do, won't take nearly 2 weeks to get sorted. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.